Though all people are flawed and all struggle with the capacity for sin, none likes to be reminded of our shared human weakness. My appearance does not make it easy.
Don't it make you
Okay, there's Wolverine. Let's see what he says.
crazy?
It did once, but then I found peace by devoting my life to God. He directed me to this place where they value the character of my heart, not my appearance.
What are you talking about? We're mutants. God gave up on us a long time ago.
Oh, man. A lot of good stuff. Before we get to the next one, which is a continuation here, let's review what Kurt said there. He said, though all people are flawed and all struggle with the capacity for sin, none like to be reminded of our shared human weakness. I think that's a great remark. I know there are going to be Calvinists who are going to say not just merely capacity for sin, but I'm not a Calvinist. And I think what he describes there of, to use the technical term, theological anthropology, right? Anthropology is the study of human nature. So when we look at human nature from the lens of theology, and Christian theology in particular, what does the Bible have to say and teach about human nature? Does Nightcrawler's comment there reflect biblical teaching? And I think it does. Even the Calvinists would say it's true. There's this capacity for sin. I think that is very good what he's saying. I mean, it can be hard to be reminded of our fallenness. It can be a struggle. But as he continued saying, he's learned through these struggles to find peace. And he found peace in the church. I think that's great. It's great advice. There is peace to be found in Jesus Christ through the work of the church. Okay, let's continue on. So this is a continuation. So Wolverine is sort of indignant right away. He talks about blaming God. You're going to see Wolverine's walk.
No, my friend. God does not give up on his children, human or mutant. He is there for us in our times of joy and to help us when we are in pain, if we let him.
Don't give me that easy answer garbage. I've tried. Don't you think I want that? I don't need a sermon from some circus boy preacher.
Looks like you touched a nerve.
I am sorry. I did not mean to upset him.
Fine.
Wow. Was that not like an atheist and a Christian apologist? There's Nightcrawler talking about how he's found peace and fulfillment in life, and Wolverine is angry, and he doesn't have that, right? And he's indignant, and he stomps away in anger. I mean, I want to replay that clip again here, just so we can see that interaction between Nightcrawler and Wolverine.
We're mutants. God gave up on us a long time ago.
No, my friend. God does not give up on his children, human or mutant.
That's
He
right.
is there for us in our times of joy and to help us when we are in pain, if we let him.
If we let him.
Don't give me that easy answer garbage. I've tried. Don't you think I want that?
That easy answer garbage. There are some stock apologetic answers. Some people aren't looking for that. Some people are not looking for the logical problem of evil as the solution to why evil exists. Some people are looking for a hug, a relationship. They're looking for love. More Wolverine and Nightcrawler just a minute or two later in the episode.
At the world and ourselves. My pain drove me to seek God. Yours drove you away.
Don't tell me about God. What kind of God would let men do this to me?
Our ability to understand God's purpose is limited, but we take comfort in the fact that his love is limitless.
I used to buy into all that, but I've lived too long, and I've done too much.
Life will always be hard. I understand this better than most. Yet despite it all, people of every faith believe there is a God who loves them. Can so many be wrong? Open your heart, Herr Logan. Would it hurt so much to see the world through different eyes?
Wow, there's so much in here. You have to know, and some of the background here, especially with Logan, with Wolverine. He's the guy that had the metal come out of his fist. So as a mutant, Logan's special ability is healing. And so he was kidnapped and taken to what's called the Weapons X facility, where he was tested upon, and he was a test subject for the Weapons X program. And they basically replaced his skeleton, his bodily skeleton, with metal, with adamantium, and gave him those claws, okay? His body was able to handle the experiment because it healed as the adamantium was replacing his bone. Yeah, it can be very graphic. But that's his background. So he's suffered. He is a man who has suffered. He's gone through pain. But also notice the comment that he said, that Logan said, that he himself has caused pain and suffering.
I used to buy into all that, but I've lived too long, and I've done too much.
Done too
Life
much.
will always be hard.
He's done too much, right? So the problem of pain and suffering is something that one both experiences and brings upon others when we do wrong. Wow, this is apologetics, problem of evil and suffering. And then what does Nightcrawler say? He presents the response in the philosophy of religion discussion called skeptical theism, that we don't really know what God's reasons are for why a certain type or particular evil and instance of evil and suffering occurs. We don't have all the answers, and that's okay. It's not our place. This is the message of the book of Job as well. This is a great response to the problem of evil and suffering. This is a great episode. One of the best, in my humble opinion. I'm a little biased though, when looking at Nightcrawler and theology. And this is good. This is good doctrine that we're getting from Nightcrawler.
People no longer look at me with fear in their hearts. There was no loss of life. All are reasons to be thankful.
What about the monastery?
A great tragedy. But it was only stone and mortar. The foundation God has built in our hearts can never be destroyed.
Man, I don't get you.
Here, I've marked a few passages you may find rewarding. Remember, Herr Logan, different eyes.
Okay, wow. The foundation is written in our hearts. He says, the foundation God has built in our hearts can never be destroyed. Have you read the book of Acts? Because God doesn't live in temples built by men. Clearly, the author of this episode has read the book of Acts. And of course, remember, this is 30 years ago in American society when this was written. American society was drastically different. Even Hollywood, drastically different than the type of ideology that would be presented in film and art today. Great thoughtful remark there from Nightcrawler about the foundation of God. God lives in the hearts of men. So you can see there that Kurt evangelizes to Logan. He gives him a Bible and he tells him to read the scriptures. Nicely done, Kurt. Very good job there.
I will give thanks to you, O Lord, for though you were angry with me, your anger turned away and you comforted me. I will trust and will not be afraid.
Be like Logan. Come to the Lord. Find peace. Be like Logan. That's the message there. What a great arc for Logan as he finds peace in the Lord. That's a great ending to that episode there. Okay, let's jump to the new one. This is episode 5. You're going to see Gambit, Rogue, and Nightcrawler, and they're going to be a little different because this is 30 years later. So they've upped the animation quality here.
Oh, theatrical! Life is violins and close-ups. I blame soap operas. Just marry Isabel and be done.
Scoundrels like me, we don't get no white picket reward. We too busy for love. Too busy sinning.
There is no love without sin. For love is best measured in what we forgive.
All right, so Gambit says something like, we don't have time for love, we're too busy sinning. And Kurt, in response, says, there is no love without sin, for love is best measured in what we forgive. No. Kurt, you got it wrong. Think of this from a Christian perspective. We believe in 3 persons of the Trinity. God is love. So there is love, and yet God is perfect. God does not sin. There is love between the 3 persons of the Trinity, and there is not sin. Moreover, in the afterlife, the new heavens and the new earth, there will be no more sin, but there will be love to be shared. So sin is not necessary for love. Hence, Nightcrawler is mistaken when he says, there is no love without sin. That is an incorrect view of the concepts. I take it that the writer is probably just trying to sound thoughtful. If they're looking to consult a Christian to help with understanding a Christian worldview, my services are available to Marvel and to Disney. I would be more than happy to offer them as a credentialed theologian. I'd be happy to consult on the writing team to see if what they have Nightcrawler say sounds like something a Christian would say. So again, my services are available. Disney, you can get in touch through veracityhill.com. Okay, let's go on to a couple more. That is the worst offender, I think, especially when you compare it to the 90s when things were so good. That's why I think the Nightcrawler of X-Men 97 is not as good as the Nightcrawler from X-Men the Animated Series or the original animated show. That's my review of Nightcrawler, Dr. J versus Nightcrawler, Kurt versus Kurt.